Have you ever experienced that strange feeling when you check your bank account at the end of the month and wonder where all that money disappeared to? As if your resources simply evaporated without leaving a trace? Jesus taught us a profound truth in Matthew 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. If we look honestly at where our money has been going, we will discover where our heart truly lies. The answer to this financial mystery is closer than you imagine. It might be in your closet packed with clothes you never wear, in the drawer full of items you bought on impulse, or in the monthly fee for that gym you have only attended in your dreams for 3 months. If you are tired of the endless cycle of spending, stressing, and questioning where your financial peace went, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like, because today we will explore 7 minimalist cuts that will not only revolutionize your finances, but bring you closer to a lighter life aligned with God's purposes. The first cut: digital impulse purchases. This is the most challenging cut because it happens in the virtual world. Impulsive online shopping, paid apps that promise miracles, digital courses you never finish. Proverbs 22 verse 7 warns us, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." We do not need to borrow money to become slaves. We simply need to spend impulsively what we have. The ease of online shopping has transformed our homes into warehouses of regret wrapped in packages. One click, and there it is. That object that seemed essential at 11 at night is on its way. Research shows we purchase 40% more when using cards or digital payments compared to physical cash. Implement the 48-hour rule. Before any non-essential online purchase, wait 2 days. Keep a wish list and review it monthly. You will discover that 90% of your urgent must-haves were just momentary impulses. Uninstall shopping apps from your phone and use them only on your computer to create friction and reflection. This simple obstacle can save you hundreds of dollars monthly. The second cut: kitchen utensils of fantasy. Proverbs 21 verse 5 teaches us, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Is your kitchen full of equipment that promised to revolutionize your cooking, but was purchased on impulse? The bread machine you used twice, the food processor that replaced 1,000 appliances, but also takes up the space of 1,000, that electric fryer specifically for potatoes that you bought excitedly while watching a cooking show. The appliance industry makes billions selling the promise that cooking will be easier if we have the right equipment. But Jesus multiplied bread and fish with the basics he had on hand. The best cooks I know create wonders with a pan, stove, and love. Be realistic about your cooking habits. If you do not prepare elaborate dishes, you do not need elaborate equipment. Keep only the functional basics: a good pot, a frying pan, a simple blender. Sell the rest and invest the money in something that truly adds value to your life. One follower sold 6 appliances she never used and earned $1,500. She used that money to take a professional course. The third cut: books that no longer teach. I am completely in favor of reading. God's word itself encourages us to seek wisdom. But let us be honest. How many books do you have at home that you have read and will never open again? Or worse, how many did you buy with the best intentions and have been collecting dust for years? Jesus taught us that we should be faithful stewards of the resources God has entrusted to us. The average American owns 114 books at home, but reads only 12 per year. This means we have idle resources that could be generating real financial value. Those 20 self-help books that promise to transform your life but only take up space are worth, on average, $300 in the used market. Keep only the books you regularly consult, reread, or have real sentimental value. Sell the others at used bookstores or online platforms. With the money raised, pay off a small debt or add to your savings. For future readings, consider the public library, cheaper ebooks, or exchange groups among friends. Knowledge lies in what you apply, not in what you accumulate on the shelf. The fourth cut: cosmetics of excess. The beauty industry earned more than $60 billion in the United States last year, convincing us that we need 17 different skincare products, 5 foundations in slightly different shades, and lipstick for every mood. But the virtuous woman of Proverbs 31 did not have a dresser overflowing with products, yet she radiated beauty that came from within. Ecclesiastes 5 verse 10 teaches us, Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. This applies perfectly to cosmetics. There is always a new product promising to be the final solution, but it is never enough. Audit your cosmetics. How many lipsticks do you have? How many moisturizers? How many products do you actually use? The average American woman owns 62 beauty products, but consistently uses only 12. Keep only the essentials you use consistently. Return or donate the rest. Establish the rule. Only buy new products when the current one runs out. A friend discovered she had 16 lipsticks and sold 10 of them, earning $200 that she directed to her emergency fund. The fifth cut, clothes that only dress your closet. Did you know that the average person uses only 20% of the clothes they own? This means that 80% of your wardrobe is just there taking up space and daily reminding you of poorly invested money. Paul reminds us in 1 Timothy 6, verses 6 through 8, "But godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." But our culture has convinced us that we need 30 different blouses to be satisfied. Recent research revealed that Americans spend on average $1,200 per year on clothes they wear less than 5 times. That is enough money for a decent emergency fund or to pay off that debt that keeps you awake at night. Do this exercise. Open your wardrobe and separate the pieces you actually wore in the last 3 months. What remains is idle money transformed into fabric. A single blouse that cost $80 and was never worn could have been destined for your emergency fund. Sell or donate these pieces and commit to buying only when clothing is truly necessary. Establish the rule: for every new piece that comes in, 2 must go out. The sixth cut, decoration that does not decorate your life. Luke 12, verse 15 resonates deeply here. A man's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions. Look at your home with different eyes. How many decorative objects do you have that no longer bring even a smile? Those empty picture frames, scented candles gathering dust, ornaments you received as gifts and never knew where to place. The collection of pillows that promise to transform the living room but only get in the way when you want to sit. The decoration industry sold us the lie that we need to constantly renew our environments to be happy. But remember the home of Martha and Mary. Jesus felt comfortable there not because of elaborate decoration, but because of genuine hospitality and the welcoming hearts of the sisters. A minimalist home is not an empty home, but an intentional home. Each object has purpose and brings genuine joy. Sell or donate everything that is purely decorative and has no real emotional meaning. Use that money to pay off debts or increase your savings. A client told me she sold only the living room ornaments and got $800, money she used to pay off a credit card. Her house became more harmonious and her wallet fuller. The seventh cut, ghost subscriptions. Proverbs 21 verse 20 warns us, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." What more subtle way to devour our resources than through these small monthly charges we no longer notice? Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Hulu, meditation app, digital magazine, that online course you took one class and forgot. These small monthly charges are like financial leaks. Individually, they seem harmless, but together they can drain hundreds of dollars from your budget every month. A study by the Federal Reserve showed that the average American has at least 7 digital subscriptions active, spending on average $250 monthly on services they use sporadically. Stop now and list all your subscriptions. Be brutally honest. How many do you actually use consistently? Cancel everything that does not add real value to your life. Keep only one streaming platform at a time. If you have 3, cut 2. Use the 30-day rule. If you have not used it in the last 30 days, you do not need it. These $200 saved monthly can turn into $2,400 per year invested in your financial freedom. The transformative practice, your financial Saturdays. Every Saturday morning, while the house is still silent, dedicate 1 hour to reflect on your financial week. Take a simple notebook and write down every expense of the week. It is not just about numbers, but about intention. Each entry should generate a question. Did this expense honor the values God placed in my heart? Proverbs 13 verse 11 teaches us, "Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. The discipline of writing down, reflecting on, and adjusting your weekly expenses is what transforms your relationship with money. It is an act of Christian stewardship where every cent is seen as a resource entrusted by God for us to manage with wisdom. This simple ritual will create financial awareness that will automatically change your purchasing decisions. When you know you will need to write down and reflect on every expense, you naturally question whether that purchase is really necessary. The transformation that goes beyond money. Matthew 6 verses 19 and 20 remind us, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moths and vermin destroy, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven." These 7 minimalist cuts are not just about financial savings, they are about spiritual freedom. When we eliminate material excess, we create space for what really matters: relationships, purpose, spiritual growth. Every dollar saved with these cuts is a dollar that can be directed to your real dreams, to help those in need, or to build a solid financial life. A life where you are not a slave to debt, but a faithful administrator of the resources God entrusted to your hands. The difference between you and other people is not in the amount of money they earn, but in the awareness of how they use every cent. While many accumulate objects and debts, you will be accumulating peace, purpose, and genuine prosperity. As the psalmist said, "Better the little that the righteous have than the wealth of many wicked." Your new financial identity. Hebrews 13 verse 5 perfectly concludes our reflection. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." This is the foundation of true financial security. It is not in how much we accumulate, but in whom we trust. Reviewing what we learned today, we eliminated unnecessary clothes following the principle of contentment, canceled ghost subscriptions applying the wisdom of stewardship, simplified decoration, remembering that life does not consist in the abundance of goods, organized cosmetics, escaping the trap of never enough, sold idle books to generate real resources, detached from unnecessary utensils by better planning our purchases, and controlled digital impulses to avoid becoming slaves to consumption. Each cut is a step toward financial and spiritual freedom. It is choosing to live as Jesus lived, with purpose, simplicity, and generosity. It is discovering that we need much less than we thought to be genuinely happy. If this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and leave a like so that more people discover that it is possible to live with less and be immensely more prosperous. Your Christian minimalist journey will inspire other women to find peace in finances and purpose in money. Less objects, more purpose. Comment there if you liked the video and which of these 7 cuts you will implement first in your life. Until next time, may God bless your finances and your journey toward the simplicity that liberates.